If you are learning how to code and you feel like you're stuck and you're not progressing, these are the 3 things that are holding you back and not allowing you to keep learning how to code and to progress in your journey. Number 1, you keep restarting. You keep restarting courses and tutorials because you feel like you don't understand enough or you feel like you haven't learned enough. I'm here to tell you that you have. You've learned enough. You know enough HTML, you know enough CSS, you know enough JavaScript. Just take what you have already learned and build a project. Build something simple. It doesn't have to be crazy. Build a simple website with a single page and just keep adding to it as you keep learning. Don't go back and start that tutorial again. Just keep adding to it. And when you get stuck, you look up on Google search that one thing that you're trying to do, and then you'll learn a new concept and just add it to your notes. So just stop going back to the beginning of a tutorial or to the beginning of a course because you feel you don't understand enough. Just keep on going. Number 2, you are not implementing what you're learning. You're doing tutorial after course, then another tutorial, and you're taking great notes. You're doing amazing detailed notes. You need to have a project. Every time you start a tutorial or a course, you need to start a project. And don't finish the project immediately. So start a tutorial and start a project. Create that index.html file and just keep adding to it. Every time you complete a section or a concept in the course, then add a feature to that project. It doesn't have to be crazy. Let's say you're learning web development and you've just learned about responsiveness in media queries. Add a media query to your project. It's simple as that. Keep adding small features. Then by the time you're finished with the tutorial or with the course that you're following, you're going to have a huge project. You're going to have this project that you built while you were following this tutorial. That's the best way to learn when you're learning how to code, is implementing and practicing what you're learning. Number 3, and the last point that is holding you back. I know a lot of people might not agree with me, but you are writing handwritten physical notes. Please don't do that. I know maybe some people might not agree with me, but when it comes to learning how to code and working in tech and learning how to program, don't write physical notes. What you should be doing instead is writing digital notes. What you want to have at the end of creating your notes is your own Stack Overflow. You want to have your own encyclopedia. So you want to be able to go back and look up within your notes and do a quick search. Let's say I'm now working on a React project and I just finished this amazing React course and I have all these amazing notes, but they're handwritten. So how am I going to look up, these examples or these concepts that I learned? I have to flip through every single page. We don't want to do that. We don't want to have to do that. If you create digital notes, if you write digital notes on platforms like Notion that have a quick search feature, then you'll be able to quickly search for concepts that you need when actually building projects with what you just learned. I love using Notion. I've been using Notion since I started learning HTML. I have pages dedicated to HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, TypeScript, Sass, everything I've ever learned. And if I ever need anything, I just go quickly in the quick search and look up, for example, state, child state, or parent state, just keywords, and it pops up and it shows me everywhere in my notes, everywhere in my Notion where I've used that. And that way you can quickly look up what you need. It's your own encyclopedia, your own Stack Overflow. But if you have paper notes, you literally just have piles of notebooks stacking up on your desk, under your laptop. It's not useful at all. So although writing handwritten notes is great for other concepts and other maybe fields of study, when you're learning how to code, I definitely don't recommend it. That's just my opinion. That's just my thoughts. When I was learning how to code, that held me back so much. I used to learn, when I was learning HTML and CSS, I would write down every single property and I would write the code in pen and paper. And I love color coding, so I would color code my notes. You can still color code in Notion. So if you are interested in how I take notes in Notion, I have a detailed video. You can check it out it's right there. You can check out how I take notes in Notion, and that was a huge game changer. When I started taking digital notes, that literally hyper speed, like, learned so much. I learned so much, and I started building so many projects because it was easy for me. Every time I was stuck, like, I could literally just jump into quick search and look up, okay, how do I do this? I did this before. And that's what coding is about. Like, you're never gonna rebuild the wheel from nothing. Like, if you're a developer and if you work as a web developer, you know, like, you're never gonna just build something from zero. Like, you're always gonna be working on an existing code base, or you're gonna be extending something that you've already built, something that you have experience with. And that's what you're doing when you're creating your digital notes. Again, if you're interested in Notion note-taking, how I take notes with Notion, check out this video here. And I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any other questions, please leave them down below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.